Today I'm going to discuss with you about a very interesting topic. How do you dress for an interview? Sounds interesting? Okay. First of all, when you're going for an interview, it's a professional ambience. So dress professionally. No casual wears. What does it mean? You wear shirts and trousers. I'll give you the ideal combination. You can choose amongst them, but then ideal combination would be something like this. Choose a dark colored trouser. Either it may be a black or a navy blue, any dark colored, and plain trousers, not too much of stripes and all. As for the shirt, you wear a light colored shirt because that gives a contrast not only against the trouser but also against the blazer that you're going to put on later. So the light color shirt can be white, can be light blue, can be cream, can be off-white, can be light shades of gray or brown, whatever. That depends on your choice. So once you have chosen the color of the shirt, and of course it has to be a full sleeve shirt, no half sleeve shirts, you put on the blazer. And the blazer ideally has to be a dark colored blazer again, because the shirt is a light colored shirt. The trouser is dark colored. So for matching, ideally it has to be a dark colored blazer, which is either this color like navy blue or maybe a dark gray or a black one. Please, I would suggest don't go for the maroon one, because that typically will make you look like a schoolboy. So maroon doesn't really gel well for a professional interview. Ideal would be something like this, blue or navy blue or black. Now, tie of course is not mandatory, but then to look yourself more professional, I would advise you to wear a tie. And when you wear a tie, how do you choose the color? First of all, the color of the tie has to be dark because the shirt color is light. And the tie can be a solid color or can be slight printed, small prints, dots or stripes or something. But then please make sure that the tie comes from the same genre. What do I mean by this? There are certain colors which are considered as masculine colors. There are certain colors which are called the feminine colors. Like for example, blue happens to be a masculine color. Gray happens to be a masculine color. Whereas red, pink, these happen to be a feminine color. Yellow goes well for both masculine and feminine. So does white and black. White and black are called neutral colors. It goes with any attire. So if you're wearing a white shirt, any dark color tie would go. But if you're wearing let's say a sky blue shirt, ideally a dark blue tie would be suitable for this. Or for example, as you can see in this video, I'm wearing a kind of an orangish, light orangish color of shirt. So that's the feminine genre. So with that, a red color tie or a maroon color tie or this color, which is a kind of a magenta color tie, would go well. So choose your tie judiciously. Now, this is more important. When we wear a tie, and I've seen most of the people, they really don't know how long the tie should hang. Ideally, the tie should hang, even if you are wearing a blazer, even if the end of the tie is not visible from outside, but still, the tie length should not exceed the length of where you wear the belt, where the shirt is tucked inside the trousers. That should be the ideal length. So depending on the length of the tie, because certain ties are shorter, certain ties are even longer. So depending on the length of the tie, in order to maintain that final length of the tie up to your waist belt, you can choose to go for a single knot or for a double knot. That's up to you. Now, once the trouser, the shirts, the blazers, and the tie are done, please make sure that you use a tie pin. Why? Because tie pin is essentially used to hold the tie. There are two arms or two legs, you can call, of the tie. One is inside, one is outside. So you clip the pin in such a way that the inside arm is held with your with your shirt. The clip should not be like this outside. The objective is when for something, for emphasizing certain points you want to speak to the interview board, you have to stoop slightly. Your tie should not hang. It should be held back firmly along with your shirt. Now, once your dressing is done, then comes your grooming. What about grooming? Please have your cheeks properly shaved if you are clean shaved. Even if you are keeping a beard, have it properly trimmed. Let it not be like a bush or a jungle. Your hair should not be long, it should be properly trimmed. It need not be short enough like a military requirements, but then it should be decently cut. Your nails should be properly cut. You might see that nobody is able to see my nails, but then interviewers see everything. Their watchful eyes see everything. So cut your nails properly. Please wear a belt, because that gives you an additional smartness. Even if that's not visible outside your blazer, please wear the belt. And then one more thing, for those who are using spectacles. I have seen a lot of interviewees, people coming for interviews, who have got smudged glasses. That gives a very untidy impression about the candidate. Please have your glasses properly cleaned before you enter the interview room. That's a must. You may or may not put some perfume or body odor, because that's not mandatory, but then there's something called a feeling of from smell. It's again a non-verbal communication which you pass it on to the other person through the smell. So here, the smell of a good perfume, soft perfume, helps you in giving that additional edge on your personality. So this is overall what should be your ideal dress to give the very first impression to an interview board. And as they say, the first impression is the lasting impression. So you have to be very careful about your dressing. And of course, one thing I just forgot is, before coming to the interview board, please have a bath. Please ensure that your hair is not totally unkempt and not properly combed. It will happen only after you take a bath that your hair is properly set. So please ensure that as well. So these are a must to create the very first good impression on the interviewers and on your potential employers.